Hey, PK. First in line. Appreciate that. What did you post? You posted, was it Rivian? I think you posted Rivian. Rivian is a monster. I've seen a few of them here in Austin. They're pretty cool looking. All right, so I got to go back over here. So now I got to go here. Chaotic Speculator. That's a good one. Rivian, yeah, that's what I thought. Mike's not too hot. I'm going to check this. I get various comments. Sometimes a little too hot. I'm looking at the mixer. It looks like it's just right. Oh, hang on. I got... hang on, guys. Hang on, guys. I'll be right there. Right with you. I've got a guy who's trying to join us here, and he's got a little snag here. So bear with me 1 second here. I'm trying to get my my do we call them webmasters still? I guess my IT guy. I guess that's a better way to describe it. Something up with our server. Our secure server is not working. Hang on a second. Be just a sec, guys. I'll be right with you. Oh, I got to get my team on this, which he will. Okay, that's done. All right, how we doing? Okay, so we got 12. All right, let's give it another minute here. Best order flow in the market. Thank you. Oh, that's wow. Oh, Steven, right? I always know him as the Las Vegas guy. Hey, welcome. Taking a little breather. Oh, you got multiple monitors. Yeah, the indexes look like they're stuck a little bit. It's kind of surprising to see the market up. Fuck, we got the NQ is up 200 plus, right? I mean, I guess that's just another day at these kind of levels. Okay, let's get 2-3 more here. We'll get it rolling. I usually try and give it about 5 minutes, let people join us. Who else is on? Modern Picasso, always a reg. Appreciate. Oh, CN Salazar, appreciate you guys. C. Sander, PK, Las Vegas guy, Chaotic Speculator. Good group here. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to get over to... I wasn't sure what to expect today. The sentiment is just so bearish. Yeah, look at the markets today. Interesting. Oh, what do we got? We need one or two more here. We'll get it rolling. Just bear with me, guys. Disclaim. I got by the chart here that we're starting with. I call him Young Yan, but it's Yang Oliver. I hope he's in this trade because it's a monster. All right, let's. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we'll get. Let's give it another 20 seconds. There we go. Okay. Didn't submit it. Oh man, you're of course. Well, I know him as LVG. Oh, of course, you're always welcome here. This is, it's all longer term, right? So Stephen is a reg over on the other side of our business, which is all, it's essentially it's futures day trading focused. He's a very regular contributor over there, joining us today. Glad to see that. Okay, let me get. What are we doing here? So let's get rid. I think we can. Everybody's disclaim. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Hi guys. Here I'm always looking up because I always put the live stream or the OBS in the upper corner. Okay, so you guys have, let's see, so I'm going to put this up here so I'm not looking up. Okay, so this is I know him as Young Yan. This is Yang Oliver. He's given me two charts, but he said, oh, I kind of missed the first one, so let's focus here. Now, I hope this is his entry here. I can't quite tell if he's long or if he's looking for this to, oh, fuck, come here. So something like this to come back here, and then your opportunity down here. I can't quite tell if he's in or not. I hope he is. Now, this is a bit messy, right? It's always easier when it's your chart. So I'm going to peel some of this back here just so we can get a better look in here. One thing about Yang Oliver, when he joined us, he didn't have a lot of experience, and he just took to a few of the things we were talking about in terms of option trading. He's really just taken to the Bollinger Bands here. So now what he does here is he's pulling some of these off. So let's just clean some of this up here. Give me a sec here. Okay, so we can dig in a little bit more to what he's got here. So this is interesting here at this channel. Boy, that's a big. So this would be our 1 here. A, B, looks like he's got the C nailed. Now, it's fun for me here to see guys that come over from the other side of the business where of course, in day trading, right, the golden zone here, like all markets, right, is the dominant algo. So you see, what do we do here, right? Now we're on a daily chart in match group. Where do we pivot? Golden zone. Nothing to be shocked there. Looks like there's probably a few more in here as well. This could be one right here, right? So I always do this here because I want to see how technical. I had a little wiki there. The wick came through here, obviously. Look, here's the reaction at the target, right? So, and here's the second target. So obviously they stayed with it, right? We do notice wicks going through more and more. It's a close where if I see it close below, then I'm going to rethink any trade that I'm in here. But obviously, I mean, look how precise this is. Target 1 ping, target 2. Right? Look at that reaction. Just remarkable, right? It's a funny thing, right? I can show that. I probably should, again, I've said this many times. I've probably shown this over 10,000 times. But there's a funny thing that happens to you when it's coming right down to it. You get little sphincter clench, like, oh, it's not going to work this time. It's not about working or not working, right? It's about identifying it, right? Now, of course, remember, right, it's always on both sides. So for everyone that holds and goes to target like this, there's other, right? Obviously, there would have been, here, if I just did it this way, right? We come back this way, one fails, right? So, that's why context matters, right? So if you were here saying, oh, okay, well, here's an impulse, I got a 3, now I'm coming back here. So why would you, I'm digressing a little bit, but why would you assume this? Given the context here, it just doesn't quite make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking for 3, and we get it. Okay, so let's focus over here on the hard right edge. Okay, so this I think now being tapped, right? That's good, and you got this nice wedge here that finishes. So I'm going to pull these off because I think he's already in. Certainly, I hope so. And let's get down to what we have here that we're working with. So, man, he's using all the tools here. So this one's already been nailed. That looks like that was a set of median lines. Boy, look how tight that is, right? That's what you want to see. Get this out of my way. That's what you want to see when you've got a, no, come here. For a good impulse, I want to see him nice and tight. Oh, I almost made a poor joke there, but nice and tight, right? All self-contained. We want to try and avoid trying to connect, big moves like this here. I don't want to go 1, 2, 3. I like to see them complete it, right? So I draw it with an ellipse here just to highlight it. But as he had it, right, with a nice, he was using median lines, right? We want to. Jesus, I never get those. Right, nice and tight, right? That's a solid impulse, right? So when you get this 3 to a 50, I know, right? It's like, oh, are we going to double bottom there? Oh, they're going to sweep the liquidity. Well, did they? Right? And I always, it's not like some guys there saying, oh, man, I'm going to get the stops right there. But it's algos, right? That's what they're looking for, is liquidity here. So, but interestingly, it looks like this held. So you might have just done it this way and said, okay, well, here's a place to grab a drink, right? There's a little liquidity here. Boy, they sure did rip right out of that. Match group, pretty good. So that must be coming off. Well, this is a daily, so we're going to look at that. So another one, 1, 2, 3, 4. excuse me, got a little off the count there. So what are we doing here? So this has he got that locked? No. So let's get that out of there. So we're going to double top up here. Looks like that's what he's got. I swear to God, I never get that on the first try. All right, so a little sweep of the highs. It's not a great looking finish here. If we go back, let's go back a little bit, see how we look there. Well, it's pretty much of a classic up, grab liquidity, run all the stops, down we go, right? So how do you, I mean, it's always, I know, right, it's easier after the fact, but look at what comes off of that. So this had to be earnings related, which it was. Right, so up into earnings, buy the news, sell the fact. Excuse me. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like, oh, you could do that either way. How's he doing it? Looks like he's doing it. Well, he's got a 2. Looks like the 2's going in here. This looks like an alternate count. So it could be A, B, C into a W and possibly an X here. Now that I'm kind of getting dialed in on what he's looking at here. What do we have here? So we have, bank weakness, right? This is, I mean, obviously just consumer strength. So we do have, okay, right? So again, a little wiki. It's a little deeper than you'd like to see it, right? So that's, what do I see there? It just looks like a lot of slop chop. Let's go back to a daily. This is what he gave me. Well, let's pull this off. That's not the prettiest setup I've ever seen. I mean, just looking, let's pull this one off. I'm just trying to clean up the chart. Okay, solid impulse. I can't say I love this. That's a big, so he'd have to be doing this, right? If we, for an Elliott count, 5, 3, 5, 3. Not sure that flies as well as you would like there. Yeah, I'm not sure that's one I would chase. Well, of course, it looks more intriguing to me if we do something like this. If this is an ABC, as he's noting, right, as a potential, we'd come a little bit deeper here. It feels a little forced here to try and wedge a 5 into this. Yang, Oliver, I think that might be a little bit of a force fit on this. Let's just clear some of this out here and kind of just, right, of all the things we might trade, I'm not sure this is where I'd be focused. Well, let's see. What are we bumping into, right? Is there something up here that's obvious? The countdown is solid. The finish is solid. The pivot out of the golden zone is solid, but that's just not a great looking start to it. If it were me, for what that's worth, right, I'd be looking down here, right? So for his alternate, I prefer the alternate because I think you've got a big fair value gap down here, right? So we can just see this. Oh, right in here. This, I'd be interested down here. Up here, this just looks like, okay, we're kind of stuck here. Oh, sometimes this can be, let's put up. Come here. I'm trying to do. Right, so there's an anchored VWAP. Anything a little bit lower, just I'd wait. Right, I don't think that's good enough to say, oh, okay, we're going to go sideways. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's a little iffy as it is. Down here, it might be more interesting. I'm not sure that's one I'd chase, but you got to make your own conclusion there. We can see some obvious spots here. I mean, this is just waiting to be swept. There's nothing really big up here. I mean, that's a second. God damn it. Secondary pivot. So I was pressing these guys for content today. So this may be one where he's, again, if he's in it, right, great. But for a reload, or if you were just looking at it for the first time, I think you got to wait and take that a little bit lower. That's my thought there, guys. So thanks for posting, Yang. The first one you posted, it sounds like you missed it and maybe not one to spent a lot of time on. So I'm going to keep moving on that. But thanks for posting here. But I think that's a little bit of a hurry up and wait on that, right? Kind of green banana, as I would say. PK's giving me Rivian. So let's see what we get here on PK's. I think I took a peek at this. So let me get through the copy here. Bear with me. Excuse me. Okay. Jeez, I was going to say, Jesus, this looks a lot like... Literally was about to say, God, that looks a lot like Bitcoin. PK, you gave me Rivian, didn't you? How did I... You gave me Rivian. I copied it. Why am I getting Bitcoin? Oh, that's weird. Okay, so let me try that again. Copy. TDU copy. And again, I'm getting Bitcoin. Okay, so something up there. Not that I'm not very interested in your Bitcoin, but what you posted here is Rivian. So let's RIVN. Let's get Rivian up, and I think your stuff will come through. Yeah, it does. So, okay, I think I just heard this morning. I think Rivian was the largest. If I'm not mistaken, was the highest amount of capital raised for an IPO in NASDAQ history. Could that be right? I thought I heard that on Bloomberg this morning. I was like, whoa, let's go take a look at it. And then here I got PK offering it up. Okay, so 1, 2. Now this is, you're kind of stuck with that, right? So we got a flat, impulsive, corrective, impulsive. I wouldn't bicker with any counts from PK. Okay, so 1, 2, clearly the impulse. Okay, a little, not the greatest finish you'd ever see, but okay, so that clearly impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 1, 2. Let's see how we get in there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, this is, I think what he's offering us is two ways to look at this. Just because this is a corrective wave, right? We don't know that it's going to be corrective, but if you're just looking here in terms of the Elliott potential here, boy, it would be quite a force fit to try and squeeze that into a 3. Again, I'll do it this way, just to make. God, they changed this around a little bit to do it like this and say, okay, do I have my 3 here? Is that a 3? Feels a bit forced to try and squeeze a 3 into that. So do we have a great opportunity here for a short? Well, I'd want to see, okay, why do we stop here? Right? First question, always, why? Why do we stop there? See how technical it's been on the way down. That's why I do this, right? You say, well, okay, well, why does it matter? Why are you going back in history? Why does that matter? Well, I'm just trying to get a feel for how dominant the algo is in here. Well, it's not that it's not going to be here, but how technically is it trading? Pretty good, right? Obviously, they swept the highs there, swept the highs here. You see it over and over and over again, right? Swept the lows here. So do you want to trade the B? You want to trade the C of the B? If this was me here and I was just had to trade it, I'd trade this leg right here. I'd wait. See, what do I get here, right? If this is going to be the A of my B leg, what do I get here? How far do we go? Is it technical, right? So we can look here. Oh, there's some imbalance here. If you prefer to think of it as imbalance, we got a little fair value gap right there. Market's going to want to correct that. Don't really have anything else there. So that, you could just bring that over. Kind of lines up with that 50. So if you want to trade this, well, you got two choices. It's a bearish count, but that doesn't mean you can't trade the swings here. So first thing you'd look for is like, oh, okay, well, I'd probably go down a little bit lower here. This being the 382, right? So here being a double top. If we come up here and break this, you'll have a little bit. So right now it's lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, right? Just straight out of the trend playbook. Now, I need something to change, i.e. change of character. Okay, well, maybe I can sweep this double top up here. Okay, if we sweep, Jesus, I mean, I just never get it on the first try. Sweep that, okay, maybe a little, right? What's the thought there? Oh, we're going to attract bulls in. what are they going to run right into, right? And again, most of the public does not have any clue about this algo, right? So into a pivot here, imbalance, gets corrected, retrace, A, B, C. So I think you got to wait here. This one, I wouldn't take that one, because you kind of want to wait. You know, PK doesn't need my counsel, but for me, you know, giving advice to someone, I'd say I'd wait until I get something here that shows me that I get a higher high, right? So this is just itching for it. That's what I'd do. So I'd be patient on this. Now this is a 2 hour, so you could probably get this pretty quickly. Oh man, thanks, Crypto Bentley. That's a nice comment. I just think there's not enough here. I've got an impulse. I got an impulse down. I need a little, like, why? I mean, if you're just trading because you need a little buzz, you probably take that. Do we not have earnings on here? Oh, do we have? See, let me get settings. Let's get events. Let's get earnings. All right, so here's the last earnings. We already had that, so we don't have anything for a while. So now it's just gonna float with the market. I'm not particularly bullish on the equity market. Hang on a second. Sorry guys, forgot to mute my other machine. Okay, A, B, C. I'd take the C, but then I'd be quick to, if we get up here, something like this, then you've got, if you want to be a purple belt with us, right? You're trading C's and 3s. Okay, well, you could trade the C of the B, and then you could trade the C. So you've got a potential bank shot here. Excuse me. I mean, you could actually trade the A. I mean, you could trade all of it, right? When you get there, I mean, that's nothing sweeter, right? It's almost like you have an unfair advantage, right? If you can get into that rhythm with the market and get in sync with those swings. But in the interest of just staying on the conservative side, show me a higher low here. Higher high. Okay, well, I've got something has changed here, but that wouldn't change the trend, right? We'd still be looking for this for a purchase down here, something like that. So just a question about how much you want to sit on your trades, right? How attentive do you want to be? Are you trading off of an intraday chart like this? Got the time to watch it, try and work those swings? Great. Otherwise, you're down here. You trade the C of the B, the C. And then if that's 1, 2, what are you really? Ultimately, you're waiting for the big one. All right, so you've got a nice roadmap here with lots of potential to participate all over the place, right? Now, do we know that? Obviously, right? We're forecasting here based on patterns that we know are prone to repeating. But until we see, how far does that go? Or does it do we double top up here? We don't have enough. We have the start of it. PK. Okay, there we go. I wouldn't buy that yet. Not yet. That's just me. Maybe PK would. Okay, so I got PK covered there. All right, that's good. Thanks for posting that. CN Salazar. Now this must be one he's in because he posts this one often. Okay, CN Salazar. What are we thinking? Waste management. Let's get that off of that. Okay, Christ, what is with my machine here? Hang on. Give me a second. I could have sworn I just posted that. There we go. Waste management. Okay, so I got to go copy. Save. We got a good group now. Okay, so let's get that off. Let's just slow it down here. Waste management. So he gave me a note here. Waste management. Looking for medium range trade since they have divvies. Just started counting. Would like to have done more work, but this is what I got so far. Okay. Well, absolutely no problem. I always tell my guys, right? You can post your. I mean, the idea here is we're kind of using members' content here to review. So for those of you that join us here that maybe not are regulars, it's a little bit, we're trying to review their TA skill, those progressing. Now, CN's been with us for a long time, so I'm not worried about his skills. But then it's another opportunity to, one, look for setups, right? Because we're all looking for setups all the time, right? There's no shortage. But this is a way to kind of get a feel for how we approach the markets and our methodology, if you will, which is really a combination of now 4 things. It's always been 3, but we've added now the market structure, which is kind of the same as I will say. You can't have Elliott Wave without market structure, but you can have market structure without a clean Elliott count, right? So it's just giving us more opportunity. Okay, so if we look in here, this sure looks like we've got just started counting. Okay, so here's COVID low, right? So I'm going to take this off here. All right, so our COVID low, right? That's kind of a mile marker, sort of like the 08, 09 crash is a mile marker. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, ABC. Looks like a good top. Well, let's get a bigger picture here. What a monster. What a monster run. Jesus, we got to go. We might have to go to a weekly here to get some perspective on this. People's trash is good business. Okay, so we got to get to log. We are in log. 1, 2. All right, so let's get a read on that. So would anybody dispute that that's 1, 2? Probably not. There's the impulse. There's the, oh, you probably have to do it ABC that way. That 2 is a little tricky. Looks like a combo here. All right, so a lot of what I'm doing here is just taking people through the process, right? So this is what we would teach you. So when I start with a blank chart, that's really what I'm doing. Okay, well, how would we advise you start tackling this? And then can you replicate it? And then can we start to add in some of the tools? Okay, so I don't have any Elliott here. I don't really need it. Okay, here's a significant pivot. Yeah, it's not that obvious here. I might do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if that's 3, so his thought is got to be that because he's got this, looks like he's going longer here. So 4 into 5. This is a question mark here. That's 1, 2. You'd have to be some sort of severe combo. Because but just at first glance right now, sometimes you gotta come back to it. That's what I would see there. Can't say I love that, but I think we're stuck with that. Okay, 1, 2, and then it wouldn't hurt just to get some perspective on how far have we gone here. 227, 2618 for that 3. If the top is in, which it kind of looks like it is of the 3. All right, now let's go back down to a daily. Although he gave me a 24-hour. So let me go to his. Oops. Oh, he's got volume on here. When I click volume off, it's not that volume's not important to me. It just takes up screen real estate. It's not much of a fifth there, is it? Okay, but let's just assume that that's right. So that would be likely we'd be at our 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's not the prettiest I've ever seen. I can't say I love this, right? It's kind of squishy. Let's come out of log up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. All right, so let's just start putting some pieces together. Okay, can that be A, B, C? Seems reasonable. Of our 3. Well, there's a clear 3 here. So it looks like, just to fill in some of the blanks here, it looks like you'd have to do this. You're kind of stuck with that. Okay, 3. Let's see how we did down here. Oh, this looks like that's a double. A little sloppy. Oh, let's go platinum. All right, in the range there. So he likes it here that the 4 would be in here. And this, pardon me, 4 would be in here. I love that. Well, so sometimes it's just better to, how can we simplify this? This just looks like a big, well, is this accumulation or distribution? It's not the best looking. gosh, I'll tell you, CN, that's not fantastic looking. Look how dramatic all the swings have been till all of a sudden we've hit this consolidation up here. So even if we bring it over here, I can't say I love it. All right, when these guys give me stuff, I always hope I'm going to find something here that would be ideal. I don't know that I'd spend a lot of time here. Again, I think this may be one that he's in. Let me just go down to a 4 hour, so this look a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's clean. So it looks like he wants to go WXY there. WX. Working on the wire. No, pardon me. We're going to do a 3. We're going to do an ABC. So let's look at that. ABC. So we got a true flat here. 1, 2. It wouldn't be my first choice. With no disrespect at all to CN Salazar. This may be one that he's in, but again, this is just a whole lot of, boy, we really got stuck up here at this level. I don't think you have much of an edge here, really. Well, let's think of it this way. Okay, so if you were going to trade this, and we'll just use a little common sense here. Okay, can we if we break it down into premium and discount? Well, we come down here, we're coming into the discount, so we could look at it this way and say, all right, pretty much anything down here, at least we're on sale, relatively speaking. Again, if it was me, if I'm spinning through charts, excuse me, as we all do. If this comes up, I might, spend a minute here, but not much more. There's not enough, right? As you guys hear me say all the time, we have so many things to trade. You look enough, you're going to find something that you like. Here, unless you're in it, which it sounds like he's. If I was in this, I'd be selling premium on both sides of it. I'd sell a call spread and a put spread and just hope that we just keep going sideways and try and take advantage of the time decay. That's what I would do. If gun to my head, somebody said, well, I'm going to need you to trade waste management for me. Or we come down here, I'd sell the puts. We get a little bounce out of that, I'd sell the calls. And just squeeze it on both sides and just take advantage of the time decay. That's what I would do, CN. I don't think you have enough here. That's just not. It's not like we had these nice, sexy swings to work with. Here, consolidation just makes me think more consolidation. Okay, so sell above, sell below. Always hedged, right? So I'd sell a call spread and sell a put spread, right? So there's no unlimited risk on either side. Now, if you got the cojones and the capital to do it, you could just sell a put and sell a call, right? But you have unlimited exposure, right? So I don't advise that unless you have a lot of option experience. That's what I would do, right? So as for any position that you're in, if you're in it, maybe you can use some of that premium play to offset some of the sideways motion. All right, CN Salazar, thanks for posting that there. And then I got another one from CN VLD. Wonder what that sounds familiar. Let's see what we got here. All right, yeah, no cursor. Wait, what do we got? What's wrong, PK? No cursor? No cursor? Looks like my cursor's coming through. I'll show you. Ping me or just. I meant to turn it off. I'm not sure if you guys are talking to me or about what was on the last chart. Okay, save that. I just see PK says, yeah, no cursor. I've had that problem in other live streams where they couldn't see my cursor, so I'm sensitive to that. VLD is the one I post all the time. Oh, yeah, Velo3D, that's right. Okay, so this one, yeah, this is the one he posts a lot. Okay, so this one, I don't know why. I don't know what is it about this that he likes. But, we all kind of get things where we really feel like we have a feel for it. So this is clearly one he feels like he has a feel for, and he must be trading it pretty regularly. Well, so, okay, so things that we want to see right off the bat. Okay. How are the technicals? But look at this combo here. Golden zone and a FibFan golden zone. I don't use these as much as some of my guys. Oh, wait, there's a set of median lines in here. It's kind of similar, right? Let's pull out a little bit. Oh, Jesus, where is this? So whenever I'm looking at something new, I have to go to the daily just to get And we're in log scale here also. Guess we're going to stay in log scale. Let's reset. Holy shit. Phew. Spider legs. Oh man, that is... Why is it you love this? Okay. Holy shit. I'm trying to get perspective on this. Where the fuck are we? All right, so I got to clean some of this up here. So it looks, I think you have this on here. So I'm going to just take that off for a second. I'm going to take these off just for a second, having acknowledged here that we have this nice pop here. Here's our target. So target is hit. So we can pull that one off. This one, target is hit. All right, so if you're looking at this, well, clearly we'd want to put something down here. So you want to be a buyer here, Sian, huh? Looks like they missed on earnings. So here's this. Coming back the other direction, so it looks to me like maybe he's looking. Well, we'd have to be finishing through some sort of a combo, all right? So because we're finishing in a 3, so it would have to be some sort of AB W X Y, and coming off of that. So his implication here is that this is trend change, that we're done here with a C. Certainly possible. Let's go back to a 4-hour, which I think is what he gave me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 looks like a good start to it. We know we're going to have this resistance up here. Big, no, it's not huge, but there's an imbalance here. Oh god damn it! Come here. Right here, 3. And they get a little skinny here. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So where's the trade? Well, let's go to a wave 4. Where are you there? We can wick off the 1s. This is pretty straightforward, Elliott, here. A little better here, right? We don't want to see it overlap that 1. Bring that down a touch. Let's go to a 1 here. Do we have a good 5 here? Yeah, it looks like we do. All right, so got a candidate here for the 3. What do we got there? That's a 50. Nope, that's his God MA. So that's the 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Velo3D. My guess is he's trading the underlying, not the options. So, well, it looks like that's what you're waiting for there. 4, 5. Now, if it were me here, Sian, if you're not in this already, I'd wait for this to finish, right? So could confirm. Show me the confirm, right? Give me the clean 5, right? And then I'd wait for the 3 that's likely to follow, right? It's never absolute, right? But likely we get something like this, and that's the one I'd take, right? So because this is kind of, it's not the prettiest finish. Okay, confirm that 5 for me, and then I'll take the retrace, right? Because you see, you don't need to worry. It's not likely to do this, right? It's not likely to just go straight up here. And if it did, well, okay, right? There's got to be a real catalyst for that, right? We're going to blow the 50, we're going to blow the golden zone, and we're just going to keep going. I wouldn't worry about that. We come into this, right? We know we're going to get a reaction here. I'd take the 3, just a little bit more conservative, right? I'm a little biased by my broader count view, which I think remains bearish. I think we're up in a, we'll look at it here if we look at the ES, right? So I think we're in a B. We'll come back to it. I think we're in a B, and then there's another leg down. So I'd want to see that confirm, and then I'd let this come down. That's how I'd do it, Cian. I'd wait for that 3. Okay, let me keep moving. No chart, but then he said generic GNRC, right? So he's got, I think we're good on time here. So this is another one of his that he likes. So let's go to the daily. I like to see that, right? So, all right, I love to see these guys working with the tools that we teach them. So looks like I'm going to clear some of this out. So oh, this is another one that he trades a lot of, right? So it's, again, you get equities or markets that you start to get a feel for. So it looks like he's already gotten a piece of that, right? So that one's done, profit taken. That'd be a good target here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a great looking finish there. Equities always get a little tougher here when we go intraday. So 1, 2, why not, right? So now keep in mind, right, trading principle number 4, right? There's 4 main trading principles with regards to median lines. Well, there are more, but the 4 dominant that you really need to pay attention to. Well, trading principle number 4 is a failure to make the median line. If we have 80% odds of getting there and we don't get there, well, okay, there's impact there, right? So the trading principle is if I've got 80% odds of getting here and I'm not going to get there, well, trading principle number 4 sets up a move equal to or greater than, which would say there's equal to right there. So is this a 1, 2, 3, 4? No, it doesn't look like it. So A, B, C. Hard to argue with that. What's the alternate, right, for the bull? 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that what you're thinking, CN? 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go back to just our golden zone. Already broken there, so you're already deep on that side. This looks like a 3. Yeah, I'm not sure I see anything here that I love enough to be trading. Let's go back to that daily. This might be something he likes down here. Didn't get there. Looks like you might be able to get a triangle in there. So it looks like you might be able to do A, triangle B into the C, right? So that would be the bullish thinking. Okay, but that's not really setting up very well. So maybe you got to rethink this. Maybe it's just an A, B. Can I get a B in there? Maybe not. Maybe just right here. And then down for the C. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I wouldn't take it for what that's worth, right? I wouldn't. I don't think that's okay. So if anything, right, with the failure to get to the median line, you're setting up a sweep of that low. So it looks to me like that's just an ABC. There's not enough there to be thinking otherwise. So WX could be Y. Generac. Yeah, I think that's what you're looking at there. Oh, you probably just do this, right? So here's just consolidation, a bunch of consolidation here. So if we come back to that, boy, I'd be mindful of that area here being consolidation here. Now, I appreciate the post, CN. I'm not sure these are the best looking setups we've seen, right? If anything, I'd be looking for this. 1, 2, and then we're going to come down and go deeper. Maybe that golden zone. I don't think there's a great looking setup there, but again, right? I asked these guys for content, so I think that's a hurry up and wait on that one. Okay, and then GNRC, that's good. And then I got, okay, so this is one from James M, right? So whenever he's posting, I pay attention. KASPA to the USD, so that's KAS USD crypto. Oh, where do we want to look? Oh, I've got it in BitGet. Okay, right? We always look at BitGet if I can, right? If I have enough data here. Since they sponsor us. Yeah. Let's see if I have more history. KAS. If I go T, am I going to get some more there? Let's see what KuCoin's got. Not much more. Interesting. So let's go back to, well, here, we'll just stay here. 1, 2. Okay, all right, so things that don't happen randomly. Right, do you see how close that comes to the overlap? Right, I promise you that's not random. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, what's not to like here? Okay, so I got a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, A, B, C into the 4. Doesn't overlap again. human beings, right? We're not that precise, right? That's algos at work. Okay, so I got a nice looking push here. Jesus, a crypto coin that's going up, right? So what he points out is that keep an eye on KASPA. Miners are jumping on it like crazy, as any miner knows. Hash rate goes up, so does price. So you've got all of the ingredients, right? So this is it doesn't surprise me, right? You've got all the right ingredients here for an impulse, right? So nice self-contained. The channeling, I mean, it's critical to good Elliott counts, right? And we kind of forget about it, right? If it doesn't quite fit what we want to see, we're like, oh, all right, well, it broke the channel, right? Now, for some place where you're going to put money to work, don't you want it to be as good as it possibly can be? So if you're looking, don't take subpar setups. There's no reason to, especially if it's a fresh trade. Now, if you're in something, sometimes what we tend to do as traders is we kind of, okay, well, maybe that comes around. Maybe that'll connect to. For a fresh trade, well, okay, so right off the bat, if you're looking at a fresh trade, right, and I don't. Did he give me a count? No, he didn't give me a count. Okay, so what would be the alternate here, right? So if the thought being, oh wow, this is just a raging bull, could this be 1, 2? Oh, could we get an extension here? I don't think we can, James. I think we're kind of stuck with this 5 being done. Let's go sub blue. Yeah. 1, 2, 1. I don't think so. Nope, that's 4 all day. So you're kind of stuck with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So you want the big kick in the 3, but we're getting the big kick in the 5. It's not necessarily negative, but if am I in log scale? Yeah, let's come out of log. Well, what would you be thinking now? It looks like the ABC is the first ABC is in. Well, pardon me. So we probably do it this way. All right, now maybe we got another beat here, something like that to bring it down a little bit lower. Let's zoom in here a little bit better. This looks like ABC is already in. Just keep in mind, right? An Elliott count is a snapshot in time. Right at this moment in time, that's what it looks like. But that's all we get, right? That's all we have to work with. How does it look now? Well, would you be thinking? Well, let's consider this. Let's go to just a straight measured move here. Okay, we've just come to the 38. Are you thinking 1, 2, and it's so bullish that it's going to take off here? Well, so how would we? I mean, is there a trade there? Yeah, there is. If you were very bullish here, right now you've already wicked through here. Let's go to a 4, see what that subdivision looks like. Do we love this as a 1, 2? A, B looks a little bit better. It looks like 3 to me, so it looks to me I'd stick with that W until proven otherwise. That's triangle all day, right? So it's got to be, there's some sort of 2 in here. There's your 4, there's your 5, right? So this A, B, C. Your wiki here, that's pretty good displacement there. In? Well, if that's in, right, the implication is we'd come down here and sweep those lows. Looks like you got a pretty good 5 here to finish that. But I wouldn't be thinking. I don't know. Is he on? I don't see if I see him. I don't know that he'd be thinking 1, 2. Right? It looks to me like maybe there's more here. And then we could just. Right? Why wouldn't we want to look at? Okay, well, what's most typical, right? So more typical would be to go to a 618. Now 50's there, right? So an algo fired there. We don't have to worry about that. We can look at it here. Did we get it twice? Nope, we didn't. So there's the first tap of it. I'd be inclined to be thinking, okay, one more up. Now, if we get this, then we can come back to it and say, okay, well, it was 1, 2. right? So how does that help me? I missed the whole fucking 3. Well, yeah, that's what that means. But you got to decide, okay, are you willing to take the gamble here? If you're going to take the long here, you could take it there. I mean, you're essentially doubling your money there. And you may end up with an X here, and then it comes down for the Y, and okay, well, a more tip, so here, note where the target is here. A WX Y comes down here. We probably, something like that here, would set that up better. Now, if I've got something like that, I'm buying that all day long. In fact, I'm going to keep this on my watch list, considering the source, right? So I pay attention when he posts. So a WXY, if I can buy this down here at 3 cents, yeah, I'd load that, and I'd probably start adding something like this. Okay, and then give me some geometry for direction. Maybe I get this, but if I get here, it's not like I'm not going to take it if it's not golden. Starts to look pretty good. Right, long way to go. Whether it's here or here, either one. Right, look here, the target is higher when we pivot the 50 rather than the golden zone. So if we get that right here, we come out of this, I'm on it, and then I'd probably add, right, for channeling, right? Always nice to combine those two. I don't know, James, you buying that right here for this leg? Now, if this was at cleaner pivot here, I mean, it's not like it has to be golden zone, right? But on the daily, how did we close there? Well, that got a little hard to see. Wick. It's a pretty good break. I like it. I think I'd wait a little bit to see if I could get some more of this. What happens here? How far do we go? Does this turn into a 3? Okay, if it turns into a 3, I'll take the 4 into the 5. Right, because then you got something here that's really running. 1, 2, right? It could be the 2. Shallow for a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you miss this, right, you're going to miss some, right? Just being a little more conservative means you're going to miss a few. It could still actually be the X up there. That's what I'd do. But here, I love it. Here, cautiously optimistic. Thanks for that one, James. I'm going to keep that one on my radar. I've never looked at it before. Okay. Silver futures from Mochak. I think it's Mochaka. Okay, so let's what would be the easiest? XA, oh Jesus, what is XAU? No, that's gold. What is silver? XA, Jesus, I'm gonna brain fart. Oh, it's Jesus Christ, I haven't traded in so long, can't even remember. XA, I was trying to get you guys, Jesus, I cannot remember it. Oh, that would be a CFD. Oh, fuck it. Here, we'll just do the silver futures. That's what he asked for. God, I can't believe I can't remember it. I'm just having a brain fart. Okay, so let's go here. One of you guys is going to give it to me. I'm pretty sure. Okay, silver futures. Okay, all right. Always go back to the COVID low. Well, that's a good starting point. I just got an extra leg in it there. XAG, that's thanks the ideas, man. God, I was just having a complete brain fart on that. All right, so let's take a look here. A little sloppy down here. Can't say I love that. No matter which one I pull, this is being a little more accommodating here. Algo's going to use just swing high, swing low. It is wick. Well, no, that looks like we got a close down here. Yeah, we do. So we ping that here. That's not the clean finish you'd hope. But, right, as is always the case, what would the algos do, right? It's not that they reverse there. They wait for the next one. So where's the next one? To the tick. That's what they, oh, Jesus. Do you think the algos were there? You think, maybe? You know, when you see it, something should go off in your brain like, wow, right? I'm able to, it's like an X-ray of the market. Like you're seeing things that you can't normally see. When you see it that way, God, I hope that means you're going to continue to track those. Next one. All right, that's all they do, right? They just get into a sequence. Okay, so do we have an Elliott count here that's useful? Okay, 1, 2, all right. No reason not to assume, not to think that, right? That's not a great start, but I would just simplify it, right? We're so good at complicating things, right? That just looks like a big 3 to me. Why complicate it beyond that, right? Can we complicate it? Yeah, no need to. Okay, if this is impulsive and this is the correction, and then we're impulsive again, we're waiting for the correction. All right, let's get into that correction. Now, silver is volatile, right? I was a futures broker for a long time, right? So you got to be careful in here. It's surprising to me they didn't sweep this. They didn't get those lows, right? That's bullish because that's just such an obvious target. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you got an A, and a great looking B. Well, this is kind of interesting. Okay, let's dig in here. Boy, they just barely wicked it. You know, it's anyone who's studied a little Elliott, right? So the only time, right, that you even from Elliott or from Prechter where you can allow for a slight little overlap is in the futures market. Silver futures would be a good market for that. So could you go 1 A B C? Let's label it here. See if we've got something. Oh, fuck, come here. Never the first click. This would be my first thought. Now we're accommodating that pump there. So when doing that, you got to think, okay, am I just accommodating here what I want to see, or is that legitimate? Well, the alternative would be, okay, am I doing this as a diag, ABC? Well, I don't get an ABC in the 2. Doesn't really look like I have a 3 here, although you could probably wedge that in there. 1, 2, can I get the 1, 2, 3? Maybe. So what would your thinking be? Okay, so let's put the larger context in. 1, 2, 1, 2. Got to put them somewhere. Let's put them up here. Come here. Go up 1. Let's get to a green. 1, 2. We know that's golden. Would you go 1, 2 again? You can get an ABC in there. Guys, interesting mix today. I want to like that more than I do. 1, 2, I don't think so. WX would suggest more to come there. Well, if you want to be a buyer, you're late to that party. Let's go down here. So what are you doing here? That's good impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B. That ain't gorgeous. You'd have to wedge it in down there. It's kind of this a lot of sideways. Doesn't make me want to dive into that. well, you're right in the middle, right? You don't really have any edge here. You know, if you just kind of wick all of this off, what's your edge here, right? Look, they swept the highs here. They did not sweep the lows here, which is unusual, right? It's telling, right? When they can't get an obvious, when the algos, right, which all they're trying to do is find liquidity. As they did here, right, just sweep it just enough. When they can't get it, that's incredibly bullish, right? Because it's so obvious there's liquidity there. Okay, so if we're coming back the other way, all right, well, if this were going to be I just don't see that, right, as likely, right? WXY would be what I'd be thinking. So coming back the other direction, looks like we may have already broken it on this side. Nope, we're right there. Oh, maybe a little bit through. Yeah, we're poking through. Impulsive. It's not a great subdivision. 1, 2, 3. And kind of the same thing, right? It's a little bit of a. I don't think you have anything that's complete there other than this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, you'd be thinking this, right? Something impulsive going up here. You're breaking the sell side, right? So very bullish. Can't say I love that, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Kicker in the 5th. You know what? You might actually, here, let's take that up. You might have that. That's WX. Yeah, let's put this in white. Can you dig that out there? You might have this. Well, you'd like to see it. You'd like to. You don't always. Jesus, never the first time. You don't always get what you want, right? But that's what you would have wanted. Something that breaks up a little bit better than that. It's kind of as I was just saying before. It looks to me like this is just a whole lot of consolidation here. I'm kind of going sideways. I want to like it more than I do. All right, so we're in the premium here. I would have liked the idea of a purchase down here at this discount level better, but as we come up here, it's still a candidate that this could be the X going in here. You're in the premium, so, you know, higher risk, right, if we can, right, if we want to try and keep it simple, if we can buy at discount as opposed to premium. So if this is going to be if it's going to be an impulse, I'd wait for something to come back down here and then try and get in at discount. I don't really, again, sometimes when it's tricky, see, my thought is if it's tricky, the first thing I want to do is simplify it, not try and play with the complexity. If I don't know, if it's not, look, what are we looking for, right? We're looking for this, right? If I don't have that, which I'm not going to have the majority of the time, okay, well, can I simplify this fucker? I mean, is there some way to look at this and go, well, how do I deal with something where it's not giving me, here's a clear 5, well, okay, I got a, you know, market doesn't cooperate with what we want to see. So if I simplify this thing, I just see consolidation here. So in consolidation, what do we want to do? We want to buy the lows and sell the highs, or buy at discount and sell at premium until the Elliott clears up or we get clear trend. When it's doing this, I don't know if that's accumulation or distribution. How would I know? I mean, okay, well then you would try to kind of lean on the Elliott count. Oh, I got an impulse, I got a retrace, but that's not. If anything, I'd be looking for the sell up here. Right, until proven wrong. Because so look at it this way. Okay, if you're a buyer, where's your stop? Right, if you're going to trade the market, your stop's down here. If you're a seller, if it comes up here and you're a seller, oh Jesus, I'm so bad with that, it just drives me crazy. If you're a seller up here, where's your stop? Right, just think of it that way. Where's the risk reward? If you're unsure, but you're like, man, I'm going to take a fucking trade in there if it kills me. Right, well then you're doing something like this. All right, well, if it wicks that, so what would the thought be? Oh, okay, they're going to go wick the highs here, runs. Is there liquidity there? I think we could all agree there's likely liquidity there. So we could even just do something like this. Say, okay, well, oh, what'd they do? They came up here and tapped that. Oh, if we're going to come up here, I sure as fuck don't want to buy it. At that level, you've heard me say this for 5 years. That is the single worst place to buy it. The worst. There is no worse place to buy it than at the high. I know. People are like, oh, wait a minute. What if it breaks out? Fuck that. Break out all you want. I will never, ever, ever buy that. Because, again, if I'm buying it here, where's my stop? Way down here? That's moronic. But if I'm selling it up here based on, okay, we're in a range. What do I know about a range? I want to sell the high and buy the low. That's just better trading. It almost doesn't matter if you're right here, what the Elliott count is. Where's the better risk reward? It's that simple, right? If you get stopped out, big fucking deal. So you get stopped out. Okay, what'd you lose? You know, again, that's not kids' tuition money. Okay, took a little loser. So, oh, it's going to go a little higher. Oh, we're going to go a little higher. Oh, maybe I got a 3. Oh, means maybe I can take the retest. Get you out of here. Oh, okay. Well, now I got a new range. And maybe in this, right, so this comes out of there. Maybe, 1, 2, deep 2. Really? Is that a 1, 2? Really? Well, shit, it's not like it hasn't happened before. Oh, now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, okay, maybe, but I sure as hell better have, get out of there, better have in there a really good looking impulse. Do I have it? I don't think so. To trade the 4 into the 5. The Elliott is usually not there, right? You're kind of waiting for it to come out of the smoke. So this is classic, right? I promise you, even my guys, right, who are the best that I know, we'd likely none of us would agree on the count here. So why are we trading it? Oh, who gave me that? See it? No, that was who gave me that? Oh, that's Mochaka. There you go. It's kind of the same thing I was saying before. If I, gun to my head, had to trade this, if it gets up here, I'd sell the calls. You're in the middle here, so you don't really have anything. But I'd sell the puts and sell the calls and wait and see which side breaks. You're going to lose on one side, make on the other side. Look, you're right in the middle. If it comes up a little higher, I'd sell the calls. If it comes back down, I'd sell the puts. In a spread, right? So you don't have unlimited risk. Otherwise, we're just big sideways. Okay, let me keep moving. BNB. Let's go to this is Jon Snow of Game of Thrones fame. All right, so what are we doing? We're doing BNB. They just can't get a break, can they? So let's go to their spot. Right there. What did we see yesterday? That they were closing. They had to. Oh fuck! I saw it yesterday. They just more problems with their BNB US. Let's go to a daily here. Government regulation is just not helping any of us crypto enthusiasts. Well, the same question in Bitcoin, right? So how are we going to look at this, right? Let's just use the COVID low, right? You're kind of stuck with that, right? So I don't like that because you don't want to put that 3, 4, 5 in conjunction with that, right? So that would all be part of that. Truncate the 5th. Truncate's a dirty word to an Elliottician, but you'd be stuck with that. Truncation. I don't love that either, right? So there's the reality of trading with Elliott Wave, right? It's not always gonna get, well, the majority of the time it's not gonna give you what you're looking for. Oh, show me the beautiful 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1. The one thing I can say for certainly in terms of how I approach the market, I would not be trying to connect this to this, right? This is disconnected. So whatever happened here, whether this is the the truncated 5th here, which I'd be curious how my guys would approach that. I would not connect this to any of that. So if it's truncated, it's truncated. Let's come back here and look at that correction. You can get it done. Well, I'd kind of work backwards from here. So there's a clear 3. Well, what's the best case scenario here? That's best case. Is that far enough? Take a look here. Purists are not going to like that for a flat. 3, right? It's not quite high enough. That's one that I struggle with. I'm not a fan of that rule, so I don't use it. I don't restrict my trading based on, oh, it didn't go 90%, so it can't possibly be a B. I think that's just stupid. Right, so, but that's just me, right? You know, again, you got to know the rules before you break them. That's when I break on a regular basis. I don't actually, I think it's a stupid rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I can probably get that done. Let's go to a 4. Well, that's the 3, 4. Can we be done there? Oh, let's just keep it simple. Could be. 3. Why not, right? I mean, that actually doesn't look bad. It's to the left, right? Always got to look left, right? So the liquidity sweep is there. The potential for it is there. Interesting, right? It's just nothing really jumping out at me like, holy shit, man, I got to mark that one. I'm going to put that. It kind of looks the same. Okay, where are we, right? There's not, you know, I think my guys would agree, right? We like to look for trading opportunities and we want the trading to be good. I think most of my team would agree here. The trading in crypto has just fucking sucked lately. Just terrible. So we don't want to force counts, right? So not trading is a very valid position to have in the market, and not forcing trades that aren't really there. So far all day long, whether it's crypto or not, it just feels like there's a lot of forcing of trades here. Okay, so what could I stay here? Well, you're in the discount of the discount. I could probably pull this down and say, okay, we're in the discount of the discount here. We'll just do it this way. Do I want to buy that? No. Not with all the shitstorm that they're in the middle of. Not with the, you know, crypto in general is not looking great right now. But if somebody said, you have to trade BNB today, it looks like we could be done there. Let's go down to an hourly. Looks like you've got a good looking finish there. That's about all I could say there. There's the headwinds are just severe with crypto right now, just severe. Okay, so what's your hopium hit right here? Oh, past the pipe, that you'd get something like that. The implication we'd be done here. The 5 is in, and I'd take that first. Shit, that's a 1 hour. Okay, maybe there's the 4 here, so let's slide this over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, interesting, right? With that negative news that they're going to rally today. Well, we can label that. Yeah. Shit. 3. Let's just keep it simple, right? Something along those lines there. Okay, finish. Go ahead and finish. I'll take the retrace. Right, because then I can buy in a discount. Whenever this does finish, is there something up here it might hit? Not really. I got some fair value gaps here, so I have some imbalance on the way down, right? There's one. All right, got another one here. All right, looks like another one right here. All right, so a little bit of imbalance. Market may want to come back up here and fill that out. So Last thing I can see on the way down. Okay, some of that starts to look a little more interesting. Maybe this is our pivot, so we could lean into that. Okay, well, everybody said, oh my God, right? U.S. government is doing everything they can to well, not all of the government, but certainly not crypto friendly at the moment. So take the retrace. I'd wait. Okay, show me the 5. 5's complete. I'll take the 3. That's what I think there, John Snow. And then SUI is the other one there. Again, that's a hurry up and wait. SUI. What is SUI? Oh, sushi. Let's go to sushi and pull back here. Now let's go to the daily, which is going to look like shit. About a 4. You want to buy that? Let's see if I've got. There it is on BitGet. All right, so okay, so just right off the bat, you know, first thing, right? So you'll note the first thing I do is almost always look for the algo, right? It's not, oh, let's get a count on it. Let's say, okay, are we technical? How technical are we? Pretty fucking technical. We should absolutely not surprise anyone, right? That we would spot it right off the bat, right? Shouldn't take long to spot it. Okay, well, so then we're going down to the third target. Okay, so if we're coming out of this, do we have it again? Well, okay, there's a 50, right? Do we have certainty that that's the algo? Well, good probability, right? That we banged that target. Okay, now we're going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's label it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what we're doing? Well, right. Never forget. Right. This is it's easy to forget. Right. Always now go on the other side. That's the last swing high I've got. Gonna have to deal with that. Right now, if it breaks that, it's not game on. We got to go back 1. That's probably the better one to use. Well, pardon me, because we know they use this, right? So we want to start with anything we can identify that they used. We know they use that. They being the algos, right? They being software, so that I don't want to put a personality to it, right? There's a piece of code there that was used. Okay, so I'm going to come back here. I want to check both of those. Okay, so when I come into that, so I can look at that and say, okay, well, they got to break that. Okay, well, if, right, again, one side always breaks, all right? So if I can get here, then I say, oh, I know I've got a 3. I know I've got better odds here now because I'm breaking through technical resistance and I've got an impulse here. So that doesn't mean, right, how would we know? Is it an ABC? Well, the context would have to support that. So coming back the other direction, I'd be just looking for, you know, could be a triangle, could be something else, right? So you got 2 ways to play. Okay, I want to play the 4 to the 5. All right, if you want to be aggressive, you want to do that, right? The other thought is let the 5 complete, right? See, people that's like, oh God, I missed it. Did you really miss it? If this is a significant low, did you miss the bull run? I'm going to guess not. Right? Is it never coming back? Is it never going to retrace? Right? The retrace always comes. Always. So whenever you're like, oh fuck, I missed it. No, you didn't. There will be a retrace, right? There's just too much, especially if there's something that runs. The temptation to take profit is too strong to the average trader. That's why algos resist, to avoid any human emotion getting involved. Oh, because the average trader, holy fuck, look how much, oh my God, I got to take that. Right, and then, you know, when you do that's what you do here. And then you're like, oh, well, I wasn't sure about that one. And then you get something like this, right? So the idea is you're not going to miss it. If it gets up here, wait. Just be patient. Okay, you pegged it. Okay, I got something I like. Okay, so now I'm just going to wait and let it come back. Because it will come back. It may not be here. It may be the shit. You just don't know. But there will be a retrace. There is always show me a chart with the never retrace. That'll be a long wait. Okay. Same thing. Not good enough. I'd wait. Complete the 5. I'll take the 3. Oh, that's SUI. I got that. Oh, shit. Here. Okay. Well, I got a few more to go. How are we doing on time? We're pretty good on time, actually. Might be able to take a few requests. XAG, that's the last one I got. Okay, so Jon Snow. Now I've got, well, this is one we're all kind of watching because I think this is from George, GZ 1968, right? We all know him as George, who was a great help to me, by the way, always is. This is one he and I and James M. We're all got fairly big positions in this, which is, let me see if I can get his chart. And I continue to add, right, for the long-term play, right? Just adding in spot. Not trading with leverage. On the graph. GRT on the 3. Oh, that's interesting. Give me a line chart. Well, there's usually a reason for it. Okay, so let's go over here. Okay. That's some pretty stiff resistance there. Okay, GRT daily. Smaller degrees will appear as you go to lower time frames. Oh, okay. So George has gotten really good with trading view here. Okay, so launch. Correct. That's quite a launch. A, B, C. All right, we got that. Okay, 1, 2. Boy, that golden zone fib fan is pretty amazing. All right, but I'm gonna pull that off here just to. Oh, he might have. Oh, he's probably got it locked. Okay, so I'm gonna go. So this, I gotta learn how to do this. So now if I go to the 4 hour, I think that's how that works, right? So now I see the detail at the 4 hour. Okay, so here, like this. Here's our POC. This part is confusing. I agree, that is confusing. Okay, he's got this locked, so we're down to almost, so let's unlock that. Take that off. Okay, so confusing wave, no shit. Okay, so WX, holy fuck. Ooh, that's a stretch there. All right, let's go with it. If that's the 2, launch, correct. Well, he's dialing that in. Does that make you want to just jump and buy it? I think not. Interesting, we've got this. Oh my God. Oops. Okay, well, what can we learn from this? All right, how technical? You know, I mean, at some point, right? It's just kind of silly to keep talking about it. Here's another one. This one, here's the target hit. Boy, that is confusing. What the fuck are we doing here? We're on a 4 hour W. Where's your X? Holy shit, we're putting the X over here. Let's get that in green and take that up a little bit. Boy, that's bold. I like the thinking there. Okay, so we'd have to go A, holy fuck, B triangle. Oh, it's creative, I'll give you that, right? It's definitely creative. A, B, C, W. Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna do this as a large triangle. So it's A, B, C, D. Ugh. You know, I mean, so talk about 20 counts from 20 different eliticians. Is there a clear count here? Is there a clear count here? I would say not. Oh, let's see here. Just for fun, let's do this. All right, if you brought this chart up, let's bring it up from scratch. Right, now George is, you know, one, he's teaching students as well as, you know, his own skill set. If you brought that up, what's your first thought? How would you approach that from scratch? Which I think is maybe a better way to look at this. In no way am I discounting the work that he's put into that, but I'm just trying to say, okay, if it's fresh and someone says, oh, the graph, oh, I never heard of them, oh, let's take a look, oh, maybe there's something here to do. Well, I would just start wicking off the obvious pivots and say, okay, is this impulse correct? Well, what can we say with certainty? We can say we have a swing and I have an internal, right? Until we break that low, it's all internal, right? So I get a candidate, right? Now I have another swing and I have another internal retracement, right? But nobody's going external yet, right? We got a long way to go external. So we're just swinging, retracing. Now this, we know that's technical. What's the simplest thing to see here? Is that too much? Oh, Jesus Christ, I swear. One of these days I'm going to get it on the first try. Almost doesn't matter what the count is there. It's corrective, right? We pump, we correct. We pump. We can't even see it there. Well, maybe I can. Can't even see it. I gotta go to log. It's so bad. Oh, why are you spinning? That's not good. Wiki. Good, right? Right in the pocket, right? I think I bought some there. All right, now we come back here. Not so good. Something to do there, right? Oh, sorry guys, I don't know what that is. Something with my Photoshop updating. Liquidity's grabbed. Does that make you, are you chomping at the bit to buy that as a fresh long? Now, we're all long, right? So we're hodlers. Right, for the potential, right? For the fundamental potential, right? As often it's described as the Google of crypto. Does that make you want to buy it? Boy, it doesn't make me want to just jump on it. And I'm long a shitload of it. It's just not pretty either way. No matter, I can't put lipstick on that. Much as I'm literally trying to do that. Let's see if I can get this. Well, maybe we can do it this way. That's where I'd go initially. 3, 3, 3, 3. Doesn't look like I'm quite done here yet. Just hurry up and wait, right? So what can you say? All right, well, you could say this. Well, here, if I look at it this way, I'd be buying in the discount, right? If you like the story, right, and do your own research, if you like the story here, that's why we're long. It's not for the TA necessarily, it's for the story, right? So the long-term potential is pretty intriguing. Buying in the discount? Yeah, we're buying in the discount. Could it go lower? You might get lower in the discount of the discount. All right, let's go to that 50. Pretty good, right? To be a buyer down here. Where does it start to get ugly if we take out that low? Which 2 cents. Upside, yeah, massive upside. But right now it's just $0.07 might be interesting. I mean, if you're buying that, you've done a little digging on what they're about, and you're just taking advantage of the market. Well, it's on sale. But it's not like, oh my God, look at this perfect setup, I'm gonna buy it. All right, thanks for that one, George. I didn't get to all your stuff here. Let's go to the 3 hour. Oh, that's the copy. Oh shit, maybe I lost it. I think I did. Okay. All right, let me keep going here. Thanks for that one, George. I got CZ. How do I say? Fuck, I always struggle with this. CZEH. This is BNB to Bitcoin. This ought to be interesting. Who's getting hurt worse? Oh, you're giving me an image. Okay, so that actually looks a whole lot better than to the dollar tether. So BNB to, I got to do it over here. I got to get rid of that one. Let's go. That's a copy. Copy shit. Here, hang on. Oh, there's Apple. Here, we'll do it over here. Anyone curious about Apple? Oh, shit. While we're here, before I get to that, I'm going to get to that. This might be a good proxy for the market. This is what I see, right? And you could do the same thing with the S&P. Oh, fuck me. Come here. That sure looks like what we're doing. This looks like a 5. Here's the 50. If we got up here, right? Bull trap. I mean, this is just a proxy for the broader markets, as well as the NQ. 50, golden zone, sell it up here. I think we've got a little... Jesus. That's what I'm seeing. I love it here. This is why some of those equity positions, I'm reluctant to be overly aggressive on them, right? Given the background we're in, right? I mean, you can get 5% and on your cash, right? Why do you want to take the risk in the market? It's another question. Okay, so this is so let me get to what I was trying to do. BNB to BTC. Oh, we're doing it on Binance. Okay, let's get what did he give me? He gave me a daily. All right, let's take a look there. All right, I've got the Sonar Labs on here. Oh shit! Wow, look at that. Wow, this is actually pretty interesting. I hadn't looked at this. Holy shit, this actually looks pretty good. Okay, so here, is that COVID? No, that's not COVID. This is 21. So that's got to be here. I don't think I've looked at this in quite some time. All right, so let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's keep it simple. I don't know what that is yet. Oh, I might have to go to a 3-day here. Do you want to put the 3 there? I don't, not yet. Well, I'd be curious how my guys have that. My first thought would be this is all yet to come. Although it is against Bitcoin, right? It's interesting. I'm surprised it looks that good, given their bad news. I think the 2, we could probably all agree we've got a 3 here. I don't want to connect these two, so I'd be more inclined to do this. 1, be working on the 2. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. I don't want to connect those two. Whatever's here is completed. This is part of what's next. Impulse, God, do you think that? No, right? So since you've swept that. Not quite. Well, if you're putting the 2 here, you're certainly vulnerable to having that recounted, right? So could this be an ABC? You're pushing it there. Let's see how far that goes. Where are doubles? You're in the range, right? So possibly that could be your part of your corrective action. Well, let me do that the correct way. So this would be A, B, C down here. Put this micro. All right, so that's one possibility, right? Completed. Because this looks like a 3, right? So it's not quite. I mean, can we force fit it? Yeah, we could. But where's this? Doesn't happen. Do I need the Elliott here? Maybe not. I mean, it's a long way down for this. Anybody want to buy that? Well, I don't. I think they've got more problems than Bitcoin's got. Lots of imbalance on the way up. God, this is a surprise. I'm surprised to see this count. Looks like maybe one more down here. This is, well, here's one of those examples where obvious liquidity here. Obvious. Right now, if they can't get it, that would be telling, but I'd suspect at very least it gets tested. You want to put the 2 there? I'd be reluctant to do that. Well, let me get that going the right direction. Long way down, we're going to take something up that's much more shallow. Yeah, this one I'd pass on that one myself. Who gave this to me? CZA. I say CZA. It's the only way I know how to say it. Let me go back to what he gave me. He's saying 1, 2, 3, 4. He's doing the 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got it completing. Let's come back here. Let's see. Let's put these right next to each other. I don't hate that. Again, if it's me here, I'm hurry up and wait. I'd let this come down much deeper and see if we get anything better, right? But they've got too many issues in my view to really. I don't want to touch anything with BNB until these issues get settled. My personal opinion, right? I wouldn't trade there. I pulled all my crypto off there. I wouldn't trade there, and I don't want to really have anything to do with them until they get clarity. It's just my opinion, right? Why take the additional risk? I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with them. I don't know what's happening with they've got banking issues. The U.S. government is all up their ass. It's too much. So here's what I see: a whole lot of potential for that to fall. All down here. Look at all these potential fair value gaps to get filled in here. So I would not be buying that. Not there. May come down a little bit. Okay, maybe. All right, again, back to, okay, could I buy it in the discount? Well, see, it's log scale, so that's going to fuck me up. Well, I'm in the discount. That's about the only thing I could come up with as to why you'd even be thinking about that, but I like it a whole lot better down here. Tough ones today, guys. I got to admit, right? I always come here hoping to find stuff that I can just dive right into and say, yes, go, 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 but I can't say I'm seeing anything I like. Is everyone allowed to share charts here? RWS, yeah, absolutely. Whoops, I got CZA's talking to me over here. Arithmetic, sir. Okay, so CZA, yeah. So let's... There's arithmetic. Well, let's rethink this, right? So let's before because I'm low on content here. So what he's got, the way he's doing it here. Let me put his count back up here. 1, 2. Let's get rid of this. Maybe I'm too quick to be judging this. Let's get you out of there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right. What did he give me? You're doing it this way as a 4. All right, let's go with your count, right? So we'll go W, X, Y, truncate the, okay. And then we finish here with the 5, right? So now we go all the way back here. Well, I see what you're keying off of right there. All right, so we tap the golden zone. Maybe I'm just too quick to just some negative today. It sure looks like you'd have a candidate here for an. Well, let's just hang on a second. Maybe an 8 will do it. Let's see if we can label it. 1, 2, 3. Did you give me that part? Yeah, you did. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your C. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit. Am I getting it? No, you're doing A. I'm not sure about that B. Boy, that's a skinny little B, isn't it? Why don't you give me the daily? You're putting your B here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B. Oy. Well, I think I like it better than where I was going, but that's a mighty skinny little B. Well, here's what we got, right? So give it credit for what's here. A, B, let's put it down here. I think this is actually better. That gets it done. Okay, so that's there's an alternate. Maybe that's a better count than where I started. And then he got me looking at arithmetic. All right, so we've just tapped the demand zone here. We got a little reaction. Okay, let's see if we like this any better. 1, 2, diag. You'd have to go A. Shit. That's horrible. Let's go to a 4. Oh shit, that's tough to get. I don't think you can get that, but let's just to float it. Looks like 5, 3. That's a 5. That's not an impulse. So you'd have to do it as a 5. No, you can't do it. I think that's a force fit. I don't think you have any decent Elliott there. That's just a bunch of slop. Oh, Jesus. So I'd probably look at it this way. Okay, if I come down here, potential buy, since we're triggered off of a golden zone, maybe, but it's kind of this, much of what we've looked at today. What are we doing down here? All right, that's just consolidation. Trying to label that can get you into trouble. Let's see how it comes out of there. Clear targets up here. The finish is pretty good, I will say, right? Seems to be dialing into this. It's not great, right? That 5 is kind of skinny, but maybe you can do it that way. Is that the launch you want? No, it's not. Well, if it's me, I'd let that come out, right? Then maybe look for something like that. But as it sits right here, what edge do you have here? The only edge you have is that you've got a reaction out of a golden zone that's substantial. Coming off of that, I got that. Come out of there. Well, you look right here, right? What do we want to do here? What'd they do here? Do you think they swept the highs there? They, being the algos. Little, right, that's why you sell the highs, buy the lows. You're just guessing in there, right? So you're just going, oh well, I want it to go up, so I'm gonna kind of squeeze a count in there. I don't think you have a count until one shapes up, right? Which eventually it will. Something will come out of there where you can say, okay, I can see something. Until then, what advantage do you have there? You just don't have an edge. So until it breaks or shows some, Jesus, even if we go down to a 30. You don't want to force a trade that's not there. Shit, I can't even get it. I got a 5. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. I don't want to call this 1, 2, right? That wouldn't work. It's just a lot of nothing. Okay, so then you might say, okay, well, the Elliott's not there. What about market structure? Do we have a lot to play with here? You've got no real, but you've got nothing but character changes back and forth, right? So that's what you're not seeing is big breaks of structure, because you've just got chop, right? So change of character, change of character, change of character, change of character. Right? Here's a little micro break of structure. There's not enough there to say, oh fuck, man, I want to get all over that. It's my opinion. Wait. Something will show up. It could be coming right here. Okay, all right, maybe there's a 5 there. Shit, maybe there might be. Maybe there's a 5 coming here. Down here, okay, maybe that's better. Okay, I got an order block down here. I got some fair value gaps below. Okay, we come down here. This could get interesting. Okay, maybe I got some sort of A, B, C coming down here. Now, at least I'd have something I could lean on. Oh, well, I've got plenty of business was done here. I've got all this chop down here. I'm in where I know an algo is going to pick it up there. Okay, I might do something like that. But so much of what we looked at today, because I think the market is just kind of like this right now. It's not great, right? The TA is not great. The backdrop is not great. The sentiment's not great. It's August. Volume's not great. Mixed messages from the Fed. Are they hiking? Are they done hiking? Are they hiking? I mean, we're still very, very, very much dependent on what the Fed does. Everybody's guessing, well, fuck, are they raising more? Well, then, cash is going to start to look pretty good, or your money market, or wherever you're getting, or your treasury bonds, or whatever you want to get, where if you've got guaranteed 4.5%, 5%, why are you taking risk anywhere else when you've got guaranteed 5%? Things are going to have to improve, I think, right? Otherwise, enjoy the holiday, enjoy the summer break. Okay, what else do I have? I'd say, anybody else? I think I got everybody. All right, so we'll finish early. Let's see. Anybody? What are your thoughts? Excuse me. What are my thoughts on Bitcoin? Well, let's finish up Bitcoin. Excuse me. I showed this to my guys last night. I got different response, right? So some of them are a little less enthusiastic about this count. I think this is, if we come down into this range here at 23, looks interesting. Now, so there's a question from, how do I say that? Bulal Mumtaz. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin reaching 7K? Well, 7K. What are my thoughts on that? Well, something very dramatic has happened, right? If we were going, I'd be curious to see where you got that, what triggered that thinking. Let's just here maybe go to a weekly and see why would he think that. Oh shit, we're not gonna have enough history here. So let me go to Bitstamp. I think will give us the most history, although we have a bunch of. Here, let's just remove all that. I know there's a bad tick in there somewhere. Okay, let's mark off 7K. So here's the question. What are my thoughts on Bitcoin going to, let's try and get 7K, right? Close, right there. Okay, well, first question would be, what would make you think that? Well, how would we even get to 7K? Oh, come here. Oh, Jesus. God, it drives me crazy. I cannot get that to fly. Okay, so maybe that's what he's thinking, right? So he's the length of the proposed A here projected from the B, 69.98. Oh, that's got to be where he's getting that. It's got to be. Let me see if I'm not even sure I'm on that. That's what he's getting from. Okay, all right. Now, at least I can figure out why you would pull that number out of thin air. It's not thin air. So do you see that? You guys see what he's doing there? So the thought being here, we're going to come down and we'd complete at 7K, right? There is a square up there pulled at last. 50 algo sellers came in. Okay, so again, I'm trying to follow along without a chart. So it's got to be he's thinking this is the 50. So let's just see if I can find it. God damn it. I mean, like I have 100% failure rate on that. Well, there's the golden zone that he's probably referring to. 0.27 on the short side. I'm not sure why you're thinking that, but I'd love to see your chart. Post your chart. I think I can get a chart if you post it. Well, there's the 7K. So let's see if we add some geometry to that. You would have a golden corner taking you right to 7K. Was my thought on it? I fucking hope not. That's my thought. Would I sell mine? No. Would I buy more? I'd literally sell my house to buy more. No, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I'd buy more. Okay. That's what I think. That's what I think he's coming to, right? It's actually not a crazy thought at all. Let's see what else is there. Nothing here but from the COVID low. You get your 786, right? The assumption would be this completes and we've done A, B, C. That is not crazy, actually. I've not really looked at it in this context. That's not crazy at all. There it is. I mean, so how do you, what's the counter argument, right? I mean, this is a pretty strong argument to make. I got a golden corner here, meaning I have 80% odds that I get there. Now, I don't mean to scare people, and I don't think Bilal means to either. You can see the chart. I don't think I can see your chart, but that's all right. I think I'm seeing your point here. That's not crazy at all. Absolutely not crazy at all. Well, I think if that's happening, something very dramatic has happened across the crypto space. We've had U.S. markets have banned it. Some quantum computers have something very, very bad has happened. If we were to go from what's our pivot here, 32 to 7, something incredibly bad has happened across the space, right? Miners would be losing so much money. It would just be sell. You'd have whales selling. That would be is because they traded the 2018 crash to 3,200. Yeah, I know. I was long and strong there, right, and bought more. I think my price is so low that this stuff doesn't bother me. But that not everybody has that position. I think I saw something like the vast majority of new Bitcoin holders are all underwater. And this is, I think, is what he's talking about when we had this crash. But that's COVID crash. Pardon me. He's talking about 18 crash. COVID crash. Are we calling this the FTX crash? Certainly can't eliminate it. Let's say that. You cannot eliminate that. So that's one that needs to go in the mix. In fact, I'll probably have to, thanks for that one, Bilal. I'll probably have to bring that up on Friday. Just as something we have to, let's at least, what you don't want to do is not look at it because you're scared of it. And that's like the guy who's underwater and he doesn't want to open his account statement because he doesn't want to look at it. You look at it, right? So there you go, right? That cannot be eliminated. But boy, would that wreck the market. My God, alts. That would be carnage. So let's hope that's not what's happening. So Bilal, thanks for making us look at that, but let's not go there just yet, right? Let's see what next thing that would happen. What would happen here down at 15, right? Are we going to come down and if we break that low, then boy, that would be hard to argue with. All right, well, let's not end on that disturbing note. Jesus, I think we might have to though. Do I have it somewhere else? let's try and find something more uplifting than that. I've got a pretty good piece of this. I think a lot of my guys do as well. Actually, I think this is PK's count, right? I've just kept his chart from one of the last ones we did. If we can hold here, right, to this one. In terms of, this is the reason I have a pretty beefy position here. For the upside potential of what, should they get this, now I guess we have to change that. The potential return on investment here, pretty gigantic. I'd encourage everybody to have a little piece of it, right? And again, only if you can afford to park some capital here and don't put anything in there that you couldn't afford to lose. But in terms of the potential upside, holy shit. Huge, just huge, huge, huge. Bilal, oh yeah, you can join. You can, or just go to TradeDevils.com and you can come in. You can come in as a free member. You'll have limited access. But then if you dig around, you want to join us. It's a very modest fee to be part of the Discord. But just go to TradeDevils.com, Bilal, if I'm saying that the correct way, and then you'll find the access points there. Just like anyone listening, right, that would like to come join us or participate in what we're doing here, or participate in some of these live streams, right? Because it's all member content, right? I don't post. I mean, every now and then here I'll show you something. This is actually PK's chart, right? So PK is, you guys know, is one of our most skilled Elliottians, right? So when he posts, right, I keep it. I mean, look at all the detail work here. It's just great. But the point being here, you might want to have a piece of this, right? Potential here. I've seen targets of $10. I mean, some pretty reputable traders, right? If you're going to get the 1618 here, look at the percentage return on capital at $3. You might want to have a little taste of it, right? You don't need to, again, only what you're comfortable with. Do your own research, not financial advice, yada, yada, yada. I'd want a piece of it just for the potential, right? Should they get the approval, they get through the SEC, all of that bullshit, right? If you've ever been to wire any money in the last 10 years, you might appreciate the potential there. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it there. We can finish up a little bit early. Thanks to all that posted. I appreciate that. It feels like kind of a shitty cluster today, which is not a reflection of what the guys posted. I just think the markets are kind of shitty right now. So nothing that I came away with thinking, oh my God, I got to really pay attention to that. I think what I liked best was the one that James M posted. I don't even know how to say it. KASPA. Of everything we looked at today, KASPA looked the most intriguing, right? And that it's not quite ripe either. Okay, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Hopefully we'll have some more, we just have better setups, better TA next week. Perhaps we get through Jackson Hole and we get a little clarity and some of this starts to clear up. Right now it's just summer trading. I'd say go to the beach, but it's so fucking hot, right? Unless you want to go take a bath at the beach. I don't know, head to the mountains. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you got a nugget or two from this today. I'd call this one of the most lame live streams we've ever done in terms of the quality of the content here, in terms of setups. But, it's not always going to be great. Sometimes you just got to work with what's there. So with that, I wish you guys a good rest of the week. I'll be back on Friday. Bilal, I'm definitely going to include that on Friday's video, so thanks for sharing that. Okay, guys.